Alright, hey guys, welcome to the video. If you're new here, my name is Curtis, and today we're gonna do a little bit of sampling. So I have 4 fragrances right here that I got from my most recent purchase from Labo. So I'll be sampling these fragrances completely blind. So I've never even smelled these fragrances on a test strip, and I specifically asked the Labo staff. Typically, if you've never bought a fragrance from Labo, when you do, at least this is how it works in Japan. I can't speak for other Labo stores. However, when you buy a fragrance from Labo, they'll usually give you 2 samples with your purchase. So when I had bought my last fragrance, which was Bergamot 22, and I think also Laban 31, I asked them to give me samples of Labo fragrances that I have never smelled. So these are the ones that I have chosen. So today we'll be blind smelling Ylang 49, Tay Matcha 26, Fleur de Oranger 27, and Neroli 36. So I'll be putting all these on skin, giving these a first impression to see if I'm kind of filling these out or not. Sorry, this video might be a little bit rough, but yeah, let's see how these fragrances pan out on skin and see if I'm feeling any of these. So if you're curious to hear my thoughts and opinions on these fragrances, then let's go. So first up, we'll start with Tay Matcha 26. So I'll go ahead and open this up, and all these will go on skin. So when I'm sampling fragrances like this, especially for the first time, I prefer just to put these on skin versus a tester strip. I feel like I can get more of an accurate representation of how the fragrance actually is. I kind of wish Labo samples came in sprayers. I'm not a big fan of the blotters here. Not only are they a little bit difficult to open, but to kind of, disperse evenly on the skin is a bit difficult, but I got them for free, so I guess I shouldn't complain so much about it. Smells interesting from the blotter cap here. So I'm gonna put this one here on my left hand. This can be a little bit tricky here. I'm gonna let it kind of dry down a little bit. We'll see how this goes. It smells kind of minty in the air though, to be honest. Okay. There's something, there's definitely a greenness here, something slightly minty. And you can definitely smell like a slight underlying, almost like creaminess, almost like sandalwood, possibly. A bit citrusy. It's starting to change a little bit now. But I would say off this first impression, definitely slightly minty, a little bit green. Maybe there's a bit of an herbal quality to this. Citrusy, and there is that underlying creaminess. Now, I can't necessarily say that I'm picking up too much on like a matcha or tea note. I can't really. Now that might be though, however, where that kind of green, slightly bitterness is coming from. That could be the matcha here. But I wouldn't say that it's necessarily predominantly a tea kind of smelling fragrance. That's not the first thing that I think of. But it does smell good. It does smell pleasant. I think that this would be the type of fragrance that I would like to test out a bit more. But it does smell extremely likable. I feel like this is an easy fragrance to wear. And I'm the type of person who really enjoys like green style of fragrances. So this does have kind of that underlying greenness to it, slightly bitter. So I feel like this could be a fragrance that I could really get into, but again, I feel like I would need to test this a little bit more to kind of find out. But it's interesting that they called this like a matcha style of fragrance, because I don't necessarily pick up on like a matcha tea note necessarily. But also, maybe that's because I need to spend a bit more time with it, maybe get a better spray. Maybe if it's dispersed differently on my skin, I might pick up on that. But I would say, and also too, in all fairness too, maybe this fragrance needs to dry down a bit more. I need to give it a bit more time. In this video, I'm not necessarily going to do that. I'm just going to give kind of initial first impressions. So it's mainly about the opening and like a slight dry down of this. But yeah, I would say from the opening, it's likable. I wouldn't say that it's a love, but in terms of me wanting to spend more time with this fragrance, I would say, yeah, I'm interested to do that. And interested to see kind of how this fragrance develops on my skin. Yeah, so that was Tay Matcha 26 by Labo. Next, let's see what we'll do. Let's go to Fleur de Oranger 27, I believe. Okay, so we will also put this on skin here. If I can get this open. Well, I may not be able to get this one open here. All right, so this one is, they've really got this sticker on here. Well, okay, so I'll be putting this one here on my left arm. Okay, I feel like I've smelled something like this before. Get a little bit more on there, to be honest. Okay. All right, well, I got a nice little dose on there. Let me get this back in on my fingers a little bit too. This definitely has like a citrusy, yeah, hence the name Fleur de Oranger. I assume this was probably gonna be a citrus fragrance. There's even something slightly a bit woodsy about this, but it's nothing groundbreaking. This is something I've definitely smelled before, at least off this opening blast. I think there's a bit of musk in here as well. It definitely smells quite musky. Kind of like a musky, citrusy, slightly woody style of fragrance. Pleasant. Nothing that I'm excited about. Just okay for me. Am I interested to kind of dive into this and check it out further? Not really. I do have other fragrances in my collection that kind of go down this route but smell better. Now granted, with that said, this is just the opening. So I mean, the development of this could change things completely. But again, these are just initial first impressions. But nothing that's like kind of groundbreaking or anything like that. Yeah, just kind of musky, citrusy, and slightly woodsy. That's basically what I'm getting here. Yeah, so that was Fleur de Oranger. Definitely nothing too exciting there. Let's go to Ylang 49. Ylang 49. All right. Getting this open. All right. This smells interesting just from here. I'll be putting this on my right hand here. Oh, kind of running all over the place there. Okay. Got it. Interesting, this one. This almost kind of puts my mindset in like kind of like a old school chypre fragrance in a way. It's definitely quite floral, has a slight greenness to it. Maybe even a little bit powdery. There might even be a bit of oak moss in here. And it smells slightly damp, but at the same time, there's a brightness about this. This is an interesting one for me. I kind of like this one. I like this one. And let me smell Tay Matcha again. Yeah. Yeah, I like this one, to be honest. This is one I feel like I'm definitely interested to dive into and to give like a complete full wearing to. So far, this is the best one. There's even like a slight fruitiness about this off my skin. I don't know if there are any fruits in here at all, but... And I'll say this, I'm not so experienced with, I'm assuming this fragrance has Ylang Ylang in it, which I'm not so experienced with. I do have fragrances that contain that note, but I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily so great at picking out the smell of Ylang Ylang, but yeah, I do really like this one. You know, florals are, you know, I've always liked florals, but I would say even more recently, they're definitely growing on me, even more so. Man, this is a good one. So far, this is the best one, Ylang 49. I really, really enjoy this one. Going back to Tay Matcha 26, just real quick, this kind of reminds me of Gris Charnel by BDK. It kind of has like that milky, almost like lactonic quality about it. Creaminess, I feel like it's coming from like sandalwood possibly in here. Yeah, it's good, but Ylang 49 is even better for me. And yeah, this smells nice. I'm interested in Ylang 49. There's no doubt about that. Okay, so let's go into the last one. This is Neroli 36. I'm a huge fan of Neroli, so I think this could be up my alley, but we will see. But you know, I do have fragrances like Neo by Xerjoff, which is a Neroli bomb, and that fragrance is extremely good. We'll see. I'll put this on my right arm here. Oh, all right. Pretty hefty dose there. My arm. Okay, let's get this back in here. Let's see what this kind of... Let me give this a minute. I'm getting kind of like an alcohol-y type of smell from this. So let me give this just a second to kind of slightly dry down. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like there's a slight citrusy note to this that, you know, that Neroli's kind of giving off that presence, a slight greenness. Nothing special. Like, I've smelled other Neroli fragrances that are much better than this. But again, this is just an initial first impression. In all fairness, I need to give these fragrances proper time to dry down. Yeah, nothing special really for me. Here, I've smelled many fragrances like this. Yeah, and it, again, like this one kind of has like an alcohol type of smell to it that's slightly off-putting for me. So that's a definite no from me. Let me just go back and kind of re-smell all of these fragrances. So the one that I have right here is Tay Matcha 26. And yeah, it's kind of slightly, it's very creamy. There is that kind of underlying kind of greenness to it. I can kind of, in a way, if I really imagine like that matcha type of smell, but this is kind of pushing in like a Gris Charnel direction for me. So it's, I mean, it's nothing, that mintiness has kind of subsided for sure. I mean, it's almost completely gone. Yeah, it's just okay. I would say that I'm not really interested in that fragrance. Right here on my arm, I have Fleur de Oranger. Again, nothing really special. I'm not wowed at this. It almost kind of smells a bit citrusy, woody, musky. That's kind of all this one is. Again, nothing that I would be interested in buying a bottle of. Next here we have Ylang 49. This one smells good. This one smells really good. This is one that I'm definitely interested in sampling a bit further. Man, this one is nice. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting like a 15 mil to where I can get like a proper spray on the skin. This is nice. Really, really nice. The florals really pop off this one for sure. In a way, it like I said, it kind of gives me like a vintage-esque feeling, but it is quite modern smelling. It kind of pushes along the lines of like a chypre style of fragrance, but man, I do enjoy this one. I'm going to be sampling this one further for sure. I might even scoop up a 15 ml of this one I don't know, like for me, when I sample fragrances, I like to have a proper spray. I like to have it disperse properly on my skin. I feel like I can get a better impression of the fragrance that way. This is definitely worth a 15 ml sample for sure, or like a smaller bottle, kind of like I did with Lavon 31 and also, what was the other one I got? Eucalyptus 20. So yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. And the final one, Neroli 36. Nothing special, just kind of meh. The only one for me that is worth diving into deeper right here is Ylang 49. This one smells really good to me. Okay, yeah, shocker. I think out of all these, when I was looking at just the names of these, I kind of felt like I was going to be the most drawn to Tay Matcha 26 or even Fleur d'Oranger. But yeah, Tay Matcha 26 just kind of smells like, pushes in that Gris Charnel direction. And then, yeah, the Fleur d'Oranger is just a musky, kind of citrusy, woody fragrance. The Naroli one, nothing special. Ylang 49, man, this one kind of shocked me a little bit. This is definitely, I will be sampling this one further, so I'll give an update on, my thoughts on this fragrance in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. And let me know down in the comment section, what are some of your favorite fragrances from the Labo? Have you tried any of the fragrances that I sampled today? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Well, I hope you guys are staying healthy and well, and I'll see you in the next video.